Let's say today we are discussing about plotting. Plotting is important because to show the data, to visualize the data. You know, we have a Titanic data set. Here I have imported the data using pandas, PD, read, CSV. We can see that we have passenger column, survived column, peak, class, name, sex, age, and SIM, SP. So there are multiple columns inside the data. These columns are basically called features. Okay, but if we see the data, it is very minimum. We can understand about those data. So to understand the data, to see how the data are inside the data frame or inside the data set, it is very important to visualize that data. Without visualizations, I cannot have the larger picture of the data. So for visualizing the data, we have certain beautiful libraries in Python. Okay, we have very beautiful library in Python by which we can plot those data. So I will start from the basic. First of all, let's say I am doing using Python important library matplotlib.pyplot. Okay, so basically first of all I have to import the library. Import matplotlib.pyplot as that means we are going to use the matplotlib.pyplot as PLT in my program. Okay, it's very wonderful library for data plotting. Now let's say I want to plot that how many people who survived and how many people died. We want to plot that. We want to see that. It's very difficult. In my column, survived column, I can see the 0. 0 indicates the person is died. Okay, and 1 indicates the person is alive. But there is 891 records, so it is very difficult to find out how many people are surviving or how many people have died. So for that it is very important to visualize it by using plotting. So first of all we are setting up the plot figure. So plt dot figure. So inside the matplotlib we have a method called figure. Okay, which basically gives us the proper structure where the plotting will be done. Okay, so let's say I am fixing the size. Figure size is equals to, let's say, 20,8. That is my figure size, and we are referring it with a variable, let's say fig. Okay, now we have set up the figure where the plotting will be done. Now let's say in the next cell I'm taking another cell. Here in this cell I will plot how many people have survived or how many people have died. So first of all I have to access the survived column. Without accessing the survived column, how can I get access with the data of the survived column. So to access the survived column, what we have to do? We have to go df dot survived. Just copy it because spelling should be right, no? df dot survived. Now if I run it, we can see that it is returning me all the details of survived column with index. Obviously index is by default written. Now let's say in previous classes we have taught that to count how many zeros are there and how many ones are there, we had a method called dot value counts. Okay, so this method will basically return how many zero are there and how many one are there. So if I run that program, we can see that 549 is 0 and number of 1 is 342. So in the survived column we have 549 zeros and 342 ones. So from this I can say that from my 891 rows, I can say that 549 people have been died because 0 referring dead and 342 is still alive. Okay, now let's say I want to plot it. So what I have to do? I have to apply plot method over this value count. If I apply this plot method, and obviously inside the plot method I have to mention the kind of plot I want. Let's say normal plot equal to bar. Let's say I have mentioned bar. So the plotting kind is bar. That means it will give us a bar plot. Okay. Let's run it. Yes, it is returning me an object. Okay, it is not giving me any data. It has returned a matplotlib dot axes dot underscore subplots dot axis subplot, but it is not giving me any. That means I cannot see the plotting. Okay, let's say we do one thing more, comma alpha equals to 0.5. Sorry, spelling mistake. Alpha. Let's say what we can get. Yes. Why after adding alpha 0.5 we are getting this graph? Before that I was not getting the graph because alpha is referring the, it is basically setting up the transparency. Okay, if we are not giving that, then it is only returning me a matplotlib object. Okay, it is not showing me. That means it is not transparent. So if I use alpha 0.5, that means it is showing me a plot. Let's say if we change the figure size, let's say I do it 30 and I do it 15. Okay, if I run that, is there any change? Once again run that, no change. Basically figure is not affecting anything. Maybe it is from the previous version. Okay, so that means alpha equals to 0.5 is called transparency. Let's say if I provide it 0.8, what will happen? Let's say if I give 0.12, it is basically transparency. 0.12, it is showing me less transparent. Alpha indicate transparency. Let's say 0.3. Okay. 0.8. Basically showing me more, you know, colorful. Okay, that is basically the work of alpha, which makes the plotting transparent. Okay? Seeable, we can see that. And kind is basically, it is a bar plot. Okay, I'm mentioning that it is a bar plot. Okay, so it is basically referring that previously I told you 0 indicate how much people have died and 1 indicate how much people is still alive. So here by seeing this picture I can draw the conclusion that dieds are more. The more people have died than still alive. So from here we can also see that approximately 500, if this is a 500, let's say it's above 550 are died and approximately 350 are still alive. Okay, from the bar chart I can see. Let's say I want to see it in a percentage way. Here we are seeing that number of people died, number of people still alive. But if I want to see it in order to view concentrate, or in order to view in a percentage, for that what I have to do, let's say I'm just copy it and writing it. Inside the value counts we have to provide one parameter that is called normalized equals to true. If I provide normalize equals to true, that means it is giving me in a concrete percentage. Let's say if I run it, what will happen? Yes. Let's say what we can see here, we can see 0.6. So 0.6 means basically 60% and above, and it is basically 0.4. So 0.4, 0.5 basically it gives us a percentage point of view. Okay, 0.5 means I can take it as a 50%. So from this picture we can say that approximately 40%, means 0.5, that means approximately 40% people have survived and 60% people have died from this picture. So to see it in a concrete percentage, we should provide this parameter called normalize equals to true inside the value counts. Inside the value counts method, we should provide a parameter called normalize equal to true. Then it will show me in a percentageal form. Previously it was showing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 number format. 0 to number of people have alive in a number format. But here it is basically showing me in a percentage format. Let's say one thing more. Let's have a look at count plots of passenger class. Here we have found out how many people are surviving and how many people are dead. but let's say we focus on passenger class. So first of all, we go to the passenger column. Okay. In the passenger column, we have only three attribute unique. 1, 2, 3. That means passenger class can be of three types: first class passenger, second class passenger, or third class passenger. So a passenger can be in a first class passenger, or can be a second class or third class. So my whole passenger are distributed in first class, second class, or third class. Let's you identify that how many people are inside the first class, how many people are inside the second class, and how many people are inside the third class. To get the actual view of that, visualization is very important, because by seeing the data it is very difficult to understand how many people in the first class, second class, or third class. For that, how we can view it? Let's say, to access the passenger class, what we have to do? We have to access the P class, as we have done with the survived. To know how many people survive or dead, we have to access the survived column. So here also we have to access the P class column. So let's say df dot P class. P class is my column. I have accessed that. Let's run it. So these are the P class columns details. Let's see how many 1 are exist, how many 3 are exist, and how many 2 are existing in my passenger class. For that I have to provide value counts. Let's say dot plot let's say mentioning the kind equals to bar. What kind of bar plotting we want? We basically want bar plot. Okay, because plotting so looks like bar, that's why it's called bar plot. Okay, then we have to fix the transparency. To fix the transparency, what we have to do? We have to alpha equals to, let's say, 0.8. Now let's plot it. Yes, so from this bar plot we can basically see how many people are in the third class. The number of people who are in the third class are maximum. From this bar we can see number of people in the first class much lesser than third class and little greater than second class, and the second class are much lower than third class and first class. So from this count plot I can get a sense of view how many people are in the first class, how many people are in the second class, and how many people are the third class. By only seeing the data, by only seeing the Excel sheet, but by only seeing the data frame, it is very difficult to guess how many people are there in the first class, second class, or third class. So it is very important to visualize the data. So if I sum it up, what we have get, let's say we do it in a percentile form. So what we have to do to get it in a percentage, let's say we have to provide one more parameter, normalized equals to true. Normalize equal to true. So run it. Let's see, we can get that more than 50% are in third class, we can say more than 55%, because if this is 0.5 and this is 6, so this is more than 55% is third class. First class is more than approximately close 25%, and second class is 20%. So to get the percentile point of view, we have to use one more parameter called normalize equal to true inside the value counts. So that's it for this video. I will come up with next video shortly. Okay.